Okay, this is your final instructional video before we get into lectures next class. And this video will focus on two of your projects, the blog and the student projects. And I'll go over the discussion board again. So you can see here our discussion board. Each week there'll be a different discussion topics. You're all required to participate. I don't grade these per se, but I do keep track of who's commenting on other people's posts, who's making constructive comments that add to the discussion, who's replying with a word, and they do count for your participation grade. So make sure you do them. And you can see the week 1 topic is basically introduce yourselves. And that's all you have to do. Just tell me something about yourself. It can be whatever you like. At a minimum, your name, your major, your year, that kind of thing. Here you can see another student project that also must be completed weekly, and this is the blog. Every week you must complete this blog, and you're encouraged to comment on other students' blogs. Some weeks I'll provide prompt questions, some weeks I won't. Some weeks I'll provide a choice of questions, some weeks I'll only provide one question. It will vary week to week. And you can click here and see the week 1 blog. This is due, by the way, September 13th. You go here to create blog entry, and you answer the blog question. This is worth 20 points, and it's due by midnight Eastern Standard Time on September 13th. Okay? So remember not only to make your own blog entry, but to comment on other students' blog entries as well. The blog should do a few things. It serves as writing practice, and it serves as academic writing practice. This is an academic blog. You should be writing an academic Chicago style, proofreading your work, citing your sources, and it also serves as proof that you've read the chapter, especially now that I'm no longer going to do weekly quizzes. So every week, when you're answering the blog questions, you should make sure you're doing so in a way that proves you've read the chapter. Does that mean you have to cite the chapter word for word? No, but you have to bring up the chapter. You have to mention the chapter's themes and concepts. You have to prove you're doing the reading and keeping up with it. So this is the week 14, the week 1, chapter 14 blog. Here you can see another project, the weekly student project, the wikis. There's 2 wikis here. I'll explain the first one first and the second one second. Here we have student groups. And what I want you to do, and everybody has to do this assignment, is go through and pick a week. There has to be at least 2 students per week. And once you've chosen your week, you can't edit it. So say you want to do week 6, but you fall behind later in the semester and you really want to do week 13. Sorry, you chose week 6 and you have to stick with it. Does that mean that you should try to do last? It's up to you. It's first come, first serve, and no more than 4 students per week. Preferably 2 or 3, to be honest. If you want to choose next week, I'll provide you extra credit points, and the blog will actually, the wiki rather, will actually be worth more points than it usually is. So that might be worth considering for those of you who want to pick up some extra credit points. I'll explain in the next section what exactly you're doing during these weeks. Your only assignment here is to go through and edit and put in your name. So if you wanted to go week 2, you would put your name here. A wiki is a document that anybody can edit. So as a student or as an instructor, any of us can go in and edit this. This is the only wiki that everybody will be editing. Everybody is required to go through and choose your week. This is a homework assignment. It's worth points. So make sure you do it. The other student project, this is where I explain what the wiki is here. Week 2 wiki, and this is actually the chapter 14 wiki. What do you do in the wiki? You create your own Wikipedia page on the chapter. Okay, it doesn't have to be on a chapter summary, a chapter review. It should touch on some of the major themes, concepts, discussion points of the chapter. So you would say History 1000, Chapter 14, and you would talk about the chapter. So say you wanted to talk about challenges, and the challenges that these societies faced during this time period. So the challenges that led them to both maintain tradition in the face of these challenges and innovate their way out of or past the challenges that they faced. So you would, say you began to talk about the Black Death. You would spend a couple paragraphs talking about the Black Death. You can do a lot with the wiki, and I encourage you to be very creative. You can add pictures here if you wanted to do so. You can import a file if you have a file from elsewhere. You can record from webcam. You can copy and paste. You can even insert a video. Or you can do a mashup, bring in something from, say, YouTube. You can highlight text, you can erase, you can edit, you can bring in an HTML link. The sky is really the limit, and I encourage you to be very creative with these. They're worth a fair amount of points. You only go once, and I believe I said that the student presentations are worth 20% of your grade. So it's worth putting your best foot forward on. If you turn in something that's kind of garbage, I'm not going to give you a lot of points for it. Don't think this is just giveaway points. Okay? So that's what you do with the wiki. You create your own Wikipedia page based on some of the themes and concepts of the chapter. Okay? So you go here, you create your wiki page, and you make it. That's all you do. And then you can add whatever you like. Okay? If you have any questions, feel free to ask me, but it's really not very hard. You just go in, you create wiki page, and then it's just like typing in Word, honestly, except a bit more options. You can record from webcam, the file, pictures, video, a mashup from something like, say, YouTube or Flickr or SlideShare. I encourage you not to bring in a PowerPoint. Use the format here. Okay. I don't really like PowerPoints and Prezis. That's kind of too easy. I want you to kind of think outside the box here. Okay? And if you're wondering where your quizzes will be, they'll be here, but I haven't made one yet. Your first one will probably be mid to late September. Okay? So that's it for this video. I hope you got something out of it, and I will see you guys very soon.